Hey guys, so when I first got my electric car, one of the things I was most excited about was the fact that I could do regenerative braking or regen braking. And I was like, wow, I'm just going to be able to recover so much energy when I'm driving around, and it's just going to be so efficient. And what I found is actually a little bit different, and it's been talked about a little bit in the Rivian forums lately, but when everybody says, set your regen to high, there's a couple things that happen. Number one is obviously you come to a stop a lot quicker. And for some people in your car, that can be like really jarring, and that might make them even feel a little motion sickness. And that happens, more when you're dealing with, abrupt stops and stuff like that. You can finesse it, but there's only a certain amount that you can finesse it before it, still can be a little bit jerky, especially if somebody cuts you off on, say, the freeway or something. So, we did a little digging on this, and I wanted to test it out myself, and obviously your results may vary, but basically what I arrived at was the medium regen setting. I drive a Rivian, is obviously the best overall setting for me. What I found was when I had it in high, I was averaging about 2.3 miles per kilowatt hour on the highway. And granted, I live in Minnesota. It's very flat. If I was sliding down a mountain in California, I would definitely set it to high regen. But when I compared that, to setting it to medium or low regen, I was bumped up quite a bit to 2.5 or so miles per kilowatt hour. And so I think what I realized was, we take for granted how much we kind of modulate our speed when we're on the highway, and just as speeds slow down, traffic, etc. I find myself feathering a lot more in high than I thought I was, and so I think overall I was getting a lot more efficiency by just backing it off to low. Now, I don't want to be doing this all the time. I don't want to be like toggling things back and forth. So ultimately, I think where I'm going to stop is at medium. And that's because I don't want to have that feeling where I have to abandon one pedal driving and just make it so that I'm always like having to worry about, am I going to still come to a stop in time? Am I going to have to use the brake? I want to find that happy medium. So medium it is, and I think it's working for me. I think overall it's a lot smoother, and it's going to be a lot better experience for the passengers in my car. So what do you think? What works for you? Just curious. This is kind of the first time I've seen somebody talk about this online, but it's not all what it's cracked up to be, the regen. Again, if you're driving just kind of in flat, stop and go traffic, that sort of thing, or even just like around the neighborhood, I find that the medium is working out to be the best thing for me. So I've kind of come around to it, and I've moved off being that guy who has to be in regen all the time, because it actually is more efficient doing it in a modulated way.